Hello everyone, Tracy from the Wildlife Garden. I just put together little bits of footage of the garden. We're just coming out of the heat wave. It's a bit breezy today, it's lovely, it's Wednesday, and we had high heat like most of the rest of the country for 2 days. The bee numbers have gone up quite dramatically. They dropped yesterday and the day before because sometimes it's even too hot for bees. But really happy with the number of bees I'm recording in the garden now. We have early bumblebee, white-tailed bumblebee, buff-tail, tree bees, carder bees. I think I'm remembering them all. A lot of them are using the fuchsia shrub. They do like this fuchsia. There you go, there's a lovely one there. Beautiful, just perfectly formed. There's a lot on here, and it's just lovely to hear that constant hum in the garden now. So really enjoying the bee population going up. We set the moth trap last night. We haven't investigated that yet, but hopefully we'll be able to show you some of the interesting moths we've had in the garden. The pyracantha's just coming into flower. Hoping to get that ashy mining bee on there. We did spot one up the top of the garden the other day, so it'd be great once the warmth gets up today. It's still going to be a warm day today, about 27 I think here. Hopefully we'll see an ashy mining bee in the process, so that'll be nice to record. Up into the meadow, it's very early, it's 8:20 in the morning, so sun just coming onto the east side of the border, and east facing side I should say. The west side of the border, but it's east facing. They're getting their little bit of sun that they get in the day, absorbing as much energy as they can, and hopefully we'll have another lovely day. Everything's just crazy, like everybody says. The meadow is just really developed now. This cow parsley is beginning to spread. Perhaps next year there'll be even more flowers on display. This little bit I don't cut. I will cut this border, I do cut it. So if I left it a little drop, what happens is you find as the season goes on, the grass begins to sort of collapse on itself, and there are like cowslips and other plants that come up in spring in there. So I will cut it back, probably September, October. Yeah, probably October. There's a couple of warm days in October. That's when I'll tackle it. So I do treat it like a proper meadow. I'll cut it once a year. But everything is looking brilliant, and I've got lots of caterpillars to show you, the orange tip caterpillars. Trying to think of anything else that I've recorded. Can't remember quite. I've been doing it over the week, so but everything is in lovely flower at the moment. That's the rhododendron there. In fact, some things are going over. These alliums are now starting to go to seed. The smaller ones. These are lovely, these big ones here. And the foxgloves are out. It's all looking lovely. It's lovely and cool in this part of the garden. I do tell you that we have a lot of shade, but it comes in handy when there's a heat wave. Because some of the plants don't like the heat, and the shade protects them, and it's lovely to sit in. This is just beginning to open after I've filmed it with the ants on, the buds just popping. I noticed I've got some ragged robin beginning to come up here. I did plant this in spring. It's just beginning to flower. The pond's not too bad considering the heat we've had. It's not too low, so I haven't topped it up. I haven't felt a need to. So dog Rose is going absolutely crazy. It must be estimating about 3.5–4 metres tall now, and the lovely Gelder Rose is in flower at the back of it as well, so a lovely display there and a lot of nectar there for insects to feed on. In fact, the caterpillars are growing at a rapid rate. I'll show you the caterpillar if I can find one up here. I filmed them the other day when I'd found them, but the speed at which they grow, there's one, I can see it straight away. They grow really fast. Let's see if I can you see that one now? Whoops, let's try again. There we go. Right, let's try and focus in on it. There we go. So the footage I've included is when we found it a few days ago, and that's the size of it now. So they grow quite rapidly and they're all munching away happily. I haven't seen any signs of the large caterpillar that I found. It had shed its skin, so whether that's gone off now to change into whatever it was, a moth or a butterfly, I think a moth. And we've had cinnabar moths in the garden, which is great because the ragwort is just beginning to come up. So hopefully we'll be getting cinnabar moth caterpillars in the garden soon. I'm going to have to cut this off soon. Sending out another shoot. I think it's getting crazy. So yeah, that's all got to be cut. This one that I'm training, all these long pieces coming off will have to be trained in and trimmed, because I can't let that get as big as the one behind us. Dog roses can get quite enormous. Yeah, so hopefully you'll see some of the insects that are now living in the garden. There must be lots that I don't know of with how full the garden now is. There's no soil to be seen anywhere, which is the idea of a wild garden. You need to protect the soil and protect the insects that live in that sort of area of the garden, in the base of plants. So yeah, everything going really well. The flag irises are looking lovely there. And so that's the garden, and just after the heat wave it's looking okay, surviving. A couple of plants got scorched, but the rhododendrons actually on the fence got a bit of scorch, and some of my seedlings, but they're okay. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the video, and I'll see you all soon. Take care for now. Bye. The wilderness has to be one of my favourite places to stand and stare, because it's so wild and not touched. I see such a lot of activity up here. There's the blue tits in the nest box over there. There's bees in and out of their nests. Birds, if you're quiet for a while, the birds sort of come and investigate. Squirrels are raging around in the trees, and yeah, it's just a very peaceful spot. The children have gone in, and I just love it. It's so quiet and wild and active and full of life. I'm just looking at the pyracantha. It's absolutely covered in berries, and we had an ashy mining bee up the garden, a male, this morning. They seem to really like the pyracanthus when that's out. I'm looking everywhere for the orange tip butterflies, but I've had no luck yet. So I'll keep looking. Sometimes they just suddenly appear. I'll come in the garden, I think, oh my gosh, there's a caterpillar. The caterpillar that was on this green on the jack by the hedge, has shed its skin and disappeared. So I'm not sure what that was, but it was obviously doing well. We seem to have a tree bee's nest again. And you see that bee there? They're not coming in the holes at the front. I think they're going in the holes at the back. but there's definitely a tree bee nest here. This bee's been coming in and out all day, males and females. There's another one. It's very busy, so hopefully it's a good sized nest. Towards the end of the nest time, it becomes really active because all the males emerge, flying around it, waiting for the females to emerge. So it gets quite exciting later on in the year. So yeah, good to see. We haven't had a tree bee nest now for probably 3 years, so it's really good. And just behind this old dustbin, there's another bee nest. I mean, how they get in is amazing. I only discovered it because the bin was getting covered in ivy, and my cat likes to lie on there. And I thought, well, I'll move that. I'll just get rid of that. Oops, sharp. Ah, there's one coming out. I think it's an early bumblebee nest. I'm not sure. I need to properly identify them, but I've only spotted it just. So really good to see. Lots of honeybees visiting the green alkanet. And look, this year we've had a really good show of white Herb Robert. I think it's much prettier than the pink, but the mix together is gorgeous. My little standard ash tree has died. It's got ash dieback. I've had that quite a while, but it's died this year. But yeah, so that's 2 bumblebee nests confirmed. We did have one in this area, but I've been watching for a while and I've not seen anything going, so possibly that one's either finished or not successful. I think it's a massive failure rate with bumblebee nests. So yeah, and I'm really feeling relieved that there's so many. The squirrels are playing, so many in the garden, so many bees. I just spotted this little tiny ladybird here, look. Oh, I don't know if the boat. There we go. It's a native little ladybird. Not sure how many spots that one is. Let's zoom in and see if it'll pick it up. Oh, it's so hard when there's so much plant around it. Let's put my hand there. There we go. So lots of insects appearing. It's making me feel very joyful. Well, I found 2. Can you see it? Oh my goodness, it's so hard to video. Let me sort the video out and then I can find it. There it is. Stop blowing. Wind. Where are you? There it is. There's one. Not greatest photo, good video. And then I've spotted one here too. There, can you just see it? 2 there. Woohoo! At last. That's 2 anyway. That's where I saw most of the eggs. I think a lot of eggs were on this plant. Oh, that's really good too. This top bit is proving to be just so successful. So we've got orange tip butterflies, bees' nests, birds nesting. Oh my goodness. Where is it? And I found a 3rd. This one's under the cherry tree. Hard to see, but there is the 4th orange tip butterfly caterpillar just there. That's 4 now I've found. Oh, a lovely little fly there. Not sure if it'll focus. Little hoverfly of some sort. Yeah, and the great news is the bee. Yes, I did a video yesterday telling you about the bumblebee nests in the garden. I've got one behind that black bin there that's active, and the one behind the pyrocanthus in the background there. That's in the old metal recycle bin. and that's a very active tree bee nest. And while I've been standing here, I'd said that this nest, I hadn't seen any activity yesterday, but 2 bees have just gone in. So I did try and film it, but I pressed the wrong button, so didn't catch it. But 2 just went in. So that's 3 nests in this little area of my wilderness. So that's fantastic. No wonder there's so much buzzing in the garden. I've got 3 active nests. So I'll continue searching. Oh, there's a nice harlequin ladybird. They are lovely. They're striking looking, some of these harlequins, aren't they? And I believe they're not, I don't think they were doing the damage to our native ladybirds that they anticipated. So hopefully, yeah, they're doing what they need to do, which is just predating the pesky greenfly that are in the garden. I'm just sat outside. It's Sunday morning. I do my BTO garden bird count that I do every week. And it's just lovely to just hear the sound of birds and bees. It's just gone quiet actually. Above my head I'm sat under the red fuchsia shrub that's opposite my shed door, and it was just alive with bees buzzing, but they've obviously collected what they need and moved on. But we've got a wide selection of bees. It's just like the olden days with bees in my garden. We've got numerous kinds. We've got red-tailed this year, which we didn't see one last year in the garden. They seemed to suffer quite badly last year, but I'm just trying to count how many starlings are coming. So many, pinching the mealworms. They scoff so many, the little birds don't get a look in, but they're feeding their young, so, and they are on the endangered list, so it's important that they get their fair share too. But yeah, it's just lovely under this shrub hearing the bees. Not sure if the mic will pick it up. But there are bees everywhere. There's a great tit just come in. Yeah, there are bees everywhere, so it's just fabulous. So we're going into the meadow area now. Let you experience it lower down. And you can see this is the sun. It's been on it for a little while now. Hits this patch that I said rarely gets any sunlight. So this is it for them today. Probably get about 3 or 4 hours of sun. I think that must be just enough. Because look at all the alliums. And as I say, I've not planted these. I tell a lie. I planted these. But all the ones, the little ones, they're just self-seeded from when originally it was a very sunny border. It's taken them a long time, but they've got established here, and yeah, seem to be doing really well. You can see how the mallow is drooping with the heat. It'll pick up later once the sun's gone off it, but so they have to grab what sunlight they can grab. It should be on it for perhaps another. Oh, that's a holly blue. There's a holly blue if it'll land. That's a holly blue there. Shadow might get it. See if it can move, zoom in. Its own shadow's causing. There's a little holly blue warming up too in the sunlight. That's good to see. That can go on my BTO count. Yeah, so that's it for its short time out before the big trees shade it all. So yeah, grabbing its energy while it can. I zoomed out for this video because this is just to show you the central border, which is just, if you just leave plants and the way they mix together naturally sometimes. I mean, obviously I put the plants in, but it's how they mingle. It's a beautiful book. I wish Joe Pye didn't get any bigger than that. It will be another 2 foot taller than that, but same with the fennel. Look at the fennel. Absolutely beautiful. But it's like Chelsea Perfect at the moment, what I call Chelsea Perfect. When the Chelsea flower shows on, that's when my garden looks at its most prettiest, because everything's the right size and in tip-top condition. The heat hasn't got to them. They haven't gone to seed. It's just beautiful little border. And when these come into flower, look how tall these have gone, these bellflowers. They'll be beautiful, beautiful blue, the alliums. Oh, I'm stepping on the, where when these come into flower, they're so tall, I can't believe how tall they are. They must get a bit more light than the one round the corner, because the one next to it is half that height, but yeah, it's the perfect mix of plants at the moment. Beautiful foxglove. Oh, just beautiful. And the perfect time in a bee going into it. I've got to be careful where I step here, because there's all the cuckoo flower. And I think that's a white-tailed bumblebee. And the rose on the fence is just starting to open. As I said, it's just a plain red sort of traditional rose, so not useful to pollinators, unless they eat the leaves, of course. Yeah, so here I have been keeping on top of cutting the grass here with my little hand edge thing, but I'm trying to leave it longer here because this is where all the cuckoo flower, and it's quite damp now, so it keeps the moisture, because it doesn't get much sun, it keeps the moisture. So all of these are cuckoo flowers. You can see the leaf there. And these will spread if one of these leaves touch the ground, they root. It's a really easy plant to propagate. You don't need to do it from seed. If you've got long enough ones, you put them, just lay them on top of soil, keep them moist and in shade, and they root from each little leaf segment. They will root and produce new plants. So it's a great spreading plant. Flower. And the good thing is I've got my tomatoes in. I've just chosen Gardener's Delight this year, just 2 pots of Gardener's Delight and a tumbling tom. But as you can see, many people are reporting good activity. The bee boxes are getting quite full. These are not as popular. That one's doing well, and that's one husband's building one, so that they're longer canes as well. And this one's got a trap on it at the moment. It's a spider trap. I'm in the process of lifting the garlic. I'm not sure whether I should do it yet. The leaves are sort of yellowing off a bit, but I need the pot space. But oh my, look, I thought they were going to be tiddly, but they're a really good size for homegrown, I think. I don't know whether they get bigger, I don't know, but I need to get them out. As I say, I've got lots of plants that need to go in and I'm running out of space. So the smell is just wonderful. I don't want to damage them. Oh, it's so hard one-handed. Let's see if I can get it out now. It's coming. Oh, there we go. Look at that. So I'll get them all out and show you what they look like. Well, thank you, Annie. That's the best garlic I've ever had. I've put it in this tray. I'm going to put them on the shed roof to dry out, and I'm just really happy with them. It's been ages since I've grown garlic, but I've never got garlic. They've usually come up about this size. They've done really well. I'm really pleased with them. Thank you again, Annie. Fabulous. So while planting my tomatoes, I was aware of a noise coming from the bee boxes. I thought it was a wasp at first collecting wood. It turns out it's one of the bees beginning to gnaw its way out, possibly the leafcutter bees. They're in the top section here, and I think it's this one I can get the noise from. I'm hearing the noise from. I think that's the males gnawing their way out.